Do you just not know how to talk to women? Well, you're about to go from frustrated to flirtatious. Here come 23 flirting tips in 23 minutes. Let's go. Welcome to How to Get a Girlfriend. I am dating coach Connell Barrett, the best-selling author of Dating Sucks But You Don't, and the host of the How to Get a Girlfriend podcast. I help men flirt with confidence and find amazing girlfriends, all by being authentic. No creepy pickup artist moves needed. In this episode, you're going to get 23 powerful flirting tips to take you from awkward and overthinking to confident and charming. So here we go. Tip number 1, approach her with an authentic opener. When you see a woman who you want to talk to, don't do some canned, cheesy pickup line. Be what I call radically authentic. Say something true, something simple, and something G-rated about what you're feeling. For example, I once approached a beautiful woman. She was wearing a silver dress at a fancy nightclub, and she looked a lot like Jennifer Beals, the star of the movie Flashdance, who used to be my crush when I was in high school. I walked up and I said, "Excuse me, I'm actually pretty shy, but I wanted to meet you and say hello, I'm Connell." And she looked at me and smiled and said, "Yeah, right, you're real shy. Hi, I'm Amy," and we hit it off amazingly. And there's something about the power of an authentic, vulnerable, real opener that just hits women in a really genuine way. So when you see that woman you want to approach, walk up, and if you're shy and introverted like I am naturally, say, "Excuse me, I just saw you. I'm actually introverted, kind of shy, but I had to come meet you," and then introduce yourself. You might be pleasantly shocked by how well this lands with women. Tip number 2, be playful on first dates by playing fun games. Don't just talk about work or travel or, God forbid, Bitcoin on a date. Make it playful. Do fun things. Challenge her to a thumb war. Have a staring contest. Play 2 truths and a lie. Flirty fun games equal a flirty fun vibe on dates. Tip number 3, flirt with her. Don't fawn over her. Don't follow all over yourself and say things like, "Oh my God, you're so gorgeous. You're so amazing. How did I ever get a date with you?" If you put a woman on a pedestal and put her above you, that kills chemistry. There's a reason why Taylor Swift doesn't date the roadie. She dates the star football player. Instead, show a woman that her beauty is affecting you. On a date, say things like, "I'm sorry, I tried to listen to what you said, but I was distracted by your lips. Can you say that again?" Showing her that you're affected by her beauty is how we flirt. It's not fawning, and it works really well. Tip number 4, on dates, tell her that she's sexy and tell her why in a G-rated way. Say to a woman, "You know what's really sexy about you? It's blank," and then fill in the blank with something that is about a trait or something about her that you find sexy. On my first date with my dream girlfriend, Jessamine, I looked her in the eye and I said, "You know what's really sexy about you? You're so quick-witted, you're so intelligent, and damn, I'm really attracted to that." And she loved it. So don't call her sexy because of her body parts. Let her know that you see the sexiness inside of her. Tip number 5, use playful misinterpretation. One of my favorite flirting moves is to misinterpret something innocent that she says as a sign that she is trying to seduce you. It basically flips your dating roles, and it makes her laugh, and it helps create a fun, romantic vibe because you're flipping the script. So here's how it works. She might say something innocent like, "I just redid my bedroom." You would say, "Look, I'm not going home with you into your bedroom tonight. Let's get to know each other first." Or maybe she looks at you and checks out your shirt, checking out your style. You can misinterpret that this way. You can say, "Excuse me, but my eyes are up here. Please don't treat me like a piece of meat." Now you say this with a smile. It's a joke. You don't actually want her to think that you think she's trying to seduce you, but it creates a nice, light, playful vibe, and it flips the dynamics that she's used to of her having to say those kinds of things to men. Here's tip number 6, be physically expressive. The right way, not the creepy way. It's totally okay to flirt with your body, not just your words. You might use a nice light arm touch here when she makes you laugh. You might high five her when you share a funny moment. Maybe there's a playful nudge when she teases you, and then you can advance to things like holding hands and eventually kissing. There's nothing wrong with being a little bit physically expressive on a date. Just notice how she's feeling and adjust accordingly. Tip number 7, if you're not sure what to say when you approach, use what I call the multiple choice opener. This is really good for introverted and shy guys. And this is basically rejection-proof. Here's what you do. When you want to talk to a woman, pick one of 3 safe, flirty options. Option A, give her a G-rated compliment, like, "Hey, that's a really cool tattoo. I love the design." Option B, ask her a light question that makes sense given where you are. So if you're in a cafe, you might turn to her and say, "So, are you going to do iced coffee today or hot coffee? What's your coffee vibe?" Or option C is you make an observational comment. I once saw a woman holding a yoga mat and smoking a cigarette outside of a yoga studio. And I said, "Hey, nothing like a cigarette after downward facing dog, right?" And she cracked up. Bottom line here is, using this system, you're not planning your opener, you're choosing one spontaneous, and you're gonna know what to say using my multiple choice opener. Tip number 8, obey the first kiss rule on a date. Go for a first kiss on that date if you feel the date has gone fairly well. You're not gonna lose points if you go for the date and she turns the cheek. You're gonna gain her respect for being brave. But if you fail to go for the kiss because you're afraid, you will lose the interest of some women. So go for that kiss using a little bit of courage. Tip number 9, another kissing tip. Build the kiss bridge to the first kiss. This one is so smooth. During a conversation, before you've done that first kiss, listen for a detail and use it as a verbal bridge to the first kiss. For example, let's say she's talking about her New Year's resolution to take yoga class. You might say, "Well, you know what happens to women who do yoga, right?" She'll say, "What?" And you say, "They get kissed," and you move in. Or let's say she just got a big promotion. You say, "Well, you know what happens to women who get a big promotion in the corner office, right?" She'll say, "What?" And you move in and say, "They get kissed." This lets you smoothly transition into that first smooch rather than lunging at her out of nowhere. Tip number 10, when making moves, take smart romantic risks. There's a paradox in dating and flirting and making moves. What you think is safe is risky, and what you think is risky is safe. What I mean is, a committed move that might feel risky is actually a safe, smart strategy, because that commitment is what helps create a great result. Think Daniel Day-Lewis committing to his acting role, or think LeBron James committing as he drives to the hoop. We commit in life, and that's what helps us succeed. On the flip side, what might feel safe in dating, walking on eggshells, coming off as really timid, apologizing when you approach, that safety actually lowers your stature and can lead to rejection because women don't like that feeling of timidity. So when you approach, or when you give her that compliment, or when you go for that first kiss, fully commit to it. Commit to it the best that you can, because worst case scenario, you'll come off as a confident guy who's going after what he wants, and that is attractive. Tip number 11, use the push-pull. The push-pull is an old school flirting move that I still love to this day. It's when you combine a light tease with a sincere compliment. So on my first date with my girlfriend Jessamine, I said to her, "You're either the coolest woman I've met in a long time or the weirdest and quirkiest. I'm just not sure which one." And she loved it. And it works because the push-pull creates a contrast. It's like a compliment and a tease in one breath. It's like a Reese's peanut butter cup. Chocolate and peanut butter taste great together. A push-pull feels really good to women. Give it a shot. Tip number 12, project a confident vocal tonality. Your voice announces your confidence before your words do. So project a confident vocal tone. Here's the trick. Imagine that the woman you're talking to has a twin standing behind her, and talk to the woman twin who's behind your woman. This helps you make sure your voice carries and project a calm, rich, resonant, confident tone, and it makes you sound very confident and attractive. Tip number 13, use her favorite word in the English language, her first name. People love hearing their name. And here's a deeper move. When you first meet that woman and you learn her name, ask her, oh, interesting name. What's the story behind your name? I once asked a woman named Faith where her name came from. I assumed it might be a family name or a Bible name. She said, actually, my parents named me Faith because I was named after the George Michael song. And I laughed and I said, well, it's a good thing you weren't named I Want Your Sex. She laughed at that and she got into talking all about all of her different siblings, how they were all named after famous rock songs. So ask her about her first name. It's her favorite subject and it's her favorite word in the world. Tip number 14, get great at texting. How? Don't overthink the frequency. Think about the quality. Almost every text message you send a woman should be what I call a value text, meaning that your text message should be intending to give her something of value. A joke, a video of your dog doing backflips, a funny cat meme, you doing parkour, something that is designed to make her smile. Most of your text should give value, which simply means try to make her smile. And then when you've texted her enough value, that's when you then ask for what you want. You ask for that date. So give value first by text before you ask her out. Tip number 15, stand tall and look her right in the eye. A woman once told me what impressed her most about me when I approached her. And I was expecting her to say how witty and funny I am. And all she said to me was, you stood straight up and you looked me right in the eye. That's it. It wasn't the banter. It wasn't my charisma. She said, I loved your eye contact and you stood up nice and straight. That's good advice. Tip number 16, text this after a great date. The next day, text her, hey, do you have a Yelp page? Because I would love to leave you a 5-star review from last night. Winky face. It's clever, it's flattering and playful, and it keeps the flirty momentum going for date number 2. Tip number 17, don't use pickup lines, use anti-pickup lines. Forget cheesy one-liners. Be bold by calling out the nonsense of that kind of stuff. I have a client named Charlie. He recently walked up to a woman and he said, hey, I hate pickup lines. I just had to come say hi. Here's my pickup line. I'm Charlie. And she loved it. Why? Because it was honest, confident, unrehearsed, and yes, authentic. And that's how connection starts. Not with tricks, but with the truth. Tip number 18. On dates, ask her the time travel question. On a first date, you can ask her this. If you and I could time travel anywhere, forward or backward, where would we go and when would we go? This sparks imagination, creativity, sort of a shared fantasy, and it breaks you out of the small talk, boring land that she's used to. Tip number 19, learn how to approach groups at a bar. This is pretty simple. A lot of guys come to me and say, Connell, how do I approach a group at a bar? If it's 3, 4, or 5 women, approach them all like one woman. In other words, think of that foretop like a 4-headed woman and talk to all of them like they're one woman. Hey there, how's your night going? To all 4 of them. If it's 5 women or more, just approach the 1 or 2 women who you're interested in, and then you'll meet the group after that. Tip number 20, use the close your eyes first kiss move. When the moment feels right on a date, here's what you do. She's leaning in, you're leaning in, maybe she's twirling her hair. Instead of just going for the kiss, you can say to her, close your eyes. If she does, you've got the green light. You can go for the kiss. She will not reject you. If she doesn't close her eyes, if she flirts and gets a little bit shy, that's okay. You can try again later, but you just created some wonderful romantic chemistry and now you've put kissing on her mind. Tip number 21, ask her this flirty question. Ask her, what was your very first kiss like? This question makes a woman smile and reminisce about her teenage years, most likely. It takes her back to an emotional moment, and it quite often brings both you and her and your thoughts about youth and innocent kissing from your teens It's a great way to create some sparks on a first date. Tip number 22, to be compelling and emotionally expressive, use the words love and hate on a date. So say things like, oh my God, I love that movie. I love this weather. I love this drink. And maybe a couple of times you can also use the word hate, not in a negative way, but you might say, oh my God, I hate Dave Matthews. I hate Martin Scorsese movies. There's something compelling and powerful to a woman when a man is unfiltered, honest, real, and raw. So feel free to say the word love a lot and even pepper in a little bit of hate. And tip number 3, when you and she are intimate for the first time, the next day, make her feel amazing about her decision to be intimate with you. And here's how you do it. Send her a day after text. Lots of emojis, lots of happy heart eyes, and text her something like this. Hey, name, I just wanted to tell you that my bed still smells like you, and this is a very good thing. Last night you were amazing, and I can't wait to see you again. When a woman decides to hit the Egyptian cotton with you, man, that to me always felt, I was so appreciative. As somebody who struggled with dating, I was just so thankful and appreciative when a woman allowed me to be intimate with her, and I just wanted to make her feel great about that. So no games, no playing it cool. Make her feel great about that night you spent together. Send her a very sweet, lovey-dovey text the next day. She'll appreciate it. Okay, those are 23 tips in about 23 minutes, give or take. By the way, if you would like some one-on-one help with applying the art of flirting with women, of talking to women, of creating sparks on dates, and being able to make chemistry happen, all you got to do is go to datingtransformation.com and you can book a free conversation to talk with me or somebody on my team to find out if dating coaching might be right for you. Just so you know, I only do personalized coaching. I don't do group coaching, so I don't have that many slots for potential clients. But if you want to go to datingtransformation.com, if there are times available, book a time to talk to me, and I will help you flirt like you at your most charismatic, most confident, and always know what to say to make sparks happen with women. Thank you for watching. Until next time.